Genji managed to even out this series by taking down DRX in game number 2. Another Zoey popping off on the Rift. So in today's series, I definitely think that Zoey has a very high priority. So this time around, Genji took B1 Zoey, so DRX wanted to go into it with Lucian Ulyss, giving a lot of pressure during the laning phase. However, they did not manage to pull it off. So Zoey is getting blind locked in for so many games, so they always wanna find some counter, some strong level 1 champions that can put a lot of pressure against Zoey. However, it is not really easy to execute that. So Zoey kinda opens more space for Genji players to lock in other type of champions, especially in jungle. And Genji definitely know how to snowball their lead, so Genji was able to pick up a very one-sided victory for game number 2. And we could witness a very crucial mistake coming out of DRX. Finally, Keria made a mistake like a rookie player, and it was really fatal, to be honest. Well, if you make one mistake up against Zoey and Rakan, the game is really over. It was warded actually in that rush, but he recalled in their vision, so maybe they tried to pull off a setup play over there because trying to dodge the Rakan's grand entrance with flash, however, he made a mistake and that kind of ended to double kills going to the bot lane. But at the same time, there also was a mistake. And since the bot laners had a huge win during the laning phase, Chobi was able to make a backup play to top side, so BDD was able to make a backup play over here, so they also got a huge win on top side at the same time. Do you think they weren't able to witness Zoey backup? I mean, there was no way to actually get out of there. It was just like, if you guys can survive, maybe try to walk out. That game kind of showed why it's so bad to play Alistar in a supportive style. So Alistar always have to be proactive, making plays, making fights, going for a gank. But if you play like that, always going for a cover gank, that's why Alistar in a top stage of the pick and ban is not a very viable choice. And we also want to talk about Zoey and Rakan. Their win rate is very low. But why our LCK teams are still going for this comp? And as a player who loves Zoey and Rakan, well, if you go blind Zoey and Rakan, blind pick Zoey and Rakan, it's really hard to win laning phase. But if the teamwork between bot laner and the support is really on point, actually you can kind of push through your lane, and also after the 6th level mark, it's actually easy to win fights. So after Rakan hits level 6, he gains so much power for 3 versus 3 fights. And as soon as Zoey kind of have a lead in terms of itemization, having BF sword and so on, it's very stable to play around her together with Rakan. So LCK teams are looking for that synergy, but none of the teams found the success yet. And also they guarantee a huge team fight win. And also they had to go against the very hard champions Morgana Lux. Once you make a mistake, actually, with Morgana or Lux, those kind of champions, kind of Zoey and Rakan accelerates the leads against them. So those are a very difficult comp, but if you pull that off very well, actually, they really scale off really well in the late game. So it's more like an insurance pick. It guarantees you a lot of team fight win, and also depending on the teamwork level, you can have a very strong laning phase. So there is a legit reason why the players are preferring Zoey and Rakan come together. So I guess LCK teams are looking for that late game scaling coming from Zoey and Rakan. And let's check out who is the POG coming out of Genji.
그분이 오십니다. Zoey.
BDD. Another Zoey picking up the POG for 2 games in a row. Zoey is actually a really hard champion. It's really hard to calculate the Flippy Trouble bubble against the wall or behind the wall. So it really matters. It all comes down to how you pilot this champion. We could see how Chovy and BDD both skilled in this champion, where Zoey goes for a backup, where Zoey opens fight, the side wins. And as soon as Zoey starts to scale up, it's actually really hard to stop her.
되게 노잼 질문이지만 하게 돼요. 왜냐면 저 못 맞추면 계속 못 맞추기도 하거든요.
So that's why always Mina Kim asked the player during the MVP interview, how are you so good at landing the skill shot? Because it is actually really hard to land those skills. And Zoey. And also 2-level redemption on this days coming out of LCK games is also part of the skill, you know? So BDD picked up 8 votes in this POG selection, and let's move on to game number 3.
There you have it from the analyst desk. Thank you very much, G-Sun, once again. As we are going to be going into our last game of the night, the decider between Gen.G and DragonX.
We're just jumping right in to ban and pick. Let's take a look at what is going to end up happening here. Game number 3.
Will Zoey get banned?
Or will she just get first picked? Valdez, come on. Honestly,
yes.
Can you get it together?
Or will it get banned here?
Oh. that champion.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You remember him.
Yeah.
No Morgana ban this time.
I was really thinking that they could just probably... Well, okay, they banned away the Ornn. And then Genji will potentially ban away the Soraka, unless DragonX does it here. And I'm really not sure, especially because Doran has been really struggling up in top lane. Every game why would you not just put him on Soraka? It doesn't make any sense. I think that she is the best B1 pick, followed by Ornn.
Zoey gets banned away. That does leave Yuumi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will they consider it a first pick is the other question. Or do you want to just go for something else? Oh, Lof is going to be the pick. Very high tier champion, as of course LS understands. His favorite.
Yeah, I mean, he's just such a phenomenal champion. He's able to clear the jungle with such fast speed, and also he has an axe.
He's able to run away with such fast speed as well.
Yeah.
And they give over this Yuumi.
A lot of that comes from just the sheer strength that he has as an individual.
True.
So.
Very independent Viking.
I mean, I don't see you throwing axes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Genji, they pick up Yuumi and Jarvan as DRX gonna go back to old times here with the Volibear to counter the Yuumi. And it has been a very long time since something like that has ended up happening. And then the Kalista and, okay, Ezreal Yuumi for Gen.G now. All that Gen.G needs to do here on R4 and R5 is continue to draft, disengage, long-range champions. Now, the way that it currently stands, Cassiopeia is also looking fantastic here for Gen.G. Could possibly see her on R5.
Yeah, if you're not considering her at least, you'd have to wonder what's going on. Azir, another popular one that's popping up again. So they take that control mage off the board. Will they just target that, or will they consider any top laners?
And we'll see what Gen.G's final ban is going to be here. As it's very difficult to know what DRX might want to pick. They end up banning the Nautilus. Chovy obviously able to pilot that. I'm just not sure what DRX is going to draft for Doran in a spot like this. They might just put him back on Mordekaiser duty, thinking that, well, it's pretty valuable against Yuumi to an extent. Rumble now up in top lane, most likely, but could be a mid lane flex, and so maybe we could see Echo come out here for Chovy. You know what? How about let's just throw in Echo Mordekaiser. Go right ahead. Oh, Pantheon.
Forgot about him. He hasn't been picked or banned at all in this series. And that will be the first time we'll see him today. 7-3 so far. We talked about his global, his ability to be everywhere at once, seemingly. And he protects, he attacks, but he also defends. So I'm a fan.
We're gonna have to see what their last pick. Okay.
Trying to up those stats. 0-3. Akali is gonna come in.
She's been hit a little bit.
Yeah.
Now it is Chovy on the Akali.
Oh, so there was one win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Galio now being hovered for Gen.G. These are disengagey types of champions. Rumble obviously has two modes. You can cast the Equalizer offensively or defensively, utilizing it to protect the Ezreal and the Yuumi. And DragonX again with just a mono red type of team composition. This one is a lot easier to pilot in that it is so obvious that Kalista and Volibear are going to try to do what they're going to do in bot lane. There was a bit of a word salad right
Yeah.
there. Like, no,
They're going to do what they're going to do.
yeah.
You know?
They're going to have it their way down in bot lane.
Oh,
And
I'm hungry.
Pantheon plus Olaf, that's really easy dives on Rumble up in top. Galio, historically, and this is before he received some of his little mini buffs that he ended up getting lately, was the answer to old Akali
Yep.
in mid lane. And so with Akali having her knees caved in as well as her Achilles tendon cut over
What?
the course of the last couple of months,
Uh-huh.
we'll see how Galio can actually fare here in mid lane. BDD almost had a super MVP performance. Or BDD. Did I say MVP?
I think you said BDD.
Did I say BDD first?
I think you did.
Lost sanity.
Maybe you said MVP has the biggest BDD performance. You might have
Okay.
said that. Maybe I'm losing my sanity
Yeah,
too. It's getting late here.
Well, their team composition is very well designed against what DragonX is trying to do. This is 2 games in a row, though, where team comp never really came to fruition. And so we're going to have to see if it does in this game number 3. Gen.G have a lot going for them.
That they do. We'll see if they can scale up and make it work for them in this kind of comp. Not necessarily a hard scaling comp by any means, now that I take another look at it. DragonX, Mono Red is the name, invading is their game.
That was honestly a very beautiful rhyme.
Yeah, thank you.
I know that there's no fans in the audience right now due to the...
I'm a fan.
I'm your fan after that.
Yeah, I know.
That was honestly a bit impressive.
Thanks.
And I just wanted to let you know that I didn't want your talent to go to waste
Oh,
and get any
wow.
insecure.
I'm flattered.
You're welcome, Atlas.
Wow.
As
Atlas never appreciates me like this.
he just doesn't recognize.
He just doesn't get me.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. Really, as
Must be.
DragonX apparently doesn't get the opponents either, as they are
Oh.
really misreading. That has started happening to me so much lately.
Yeah.
Mixing up the R's and L's, and I honestly have no idea why. But perhaps it's living here for almost a decade.
Perhaps. This is about to get really interesting. Axes go out and double flash. DRX are like, nope, 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 nope. Get me out of here. As the reinvade occurs, Rascal is there. Yes, the TP to the top lane, but no harm, no foul. They get double flash. And there you have it. Deaths. Looks like he missed.
Yeah, he missed
XP.
all 3.
Oh, boy.
This is really brutal.
Please not another game like game 2. Can we just have a little bit better than that? Take a look at Chovy's stats on Akali. 11-2, 85% win rate with a 22.8 KDA. The guy knows how to play the champ.
Yes,
no
but this
secret.
is all before 10-3.
That is true.
And so we shall see. Does give you a lot more breathing room against the Akali in lane.
Oh, he's going to get taunted up here. And now he has no flash. See you later. First blood will go to Clid. And just like that, before the 3-minute mark, you're pushing on down. You're trying to harass and own the lane, and you just get owned yourself.
And Jarvan is just one of those champions that has a lot of potency super early on. Able to make those ganks. Yeah, he didn't even need to flash. So really well orchestrated.
Def doesn't have flash too from the invade. Keep that in mind. He's pretty low as well. I think he can just run out here.
This is getting really close. I think that they're going to wait for Def to jump in. This is a little bit bizarre. They're not really telling a...
They're taking it so slow.
Man.
Oh, they're going for like the super play.
Whoa!
Galio coming in, and now
That's
TPs
a
are coming
donation.
in. Yeah. Well, we'll see what BDD can do. He's going to survive here with the heal. Now Keria no flash. Doran does have his flash. Keria moves back in as he will help out here. Bit of a rotation. Now he's going to be flipped over the top. Zumi's come back in. BDD still down here in the bot lane. Feels like I'm casting LPL. There's so much action as now a double taunt is going to come in. BDD just owns their lives like that. Says, get the hell out of my game. And now it's 5-0 before 4 minutes.
And Valdez, what I want you to notice right now is Rascal, he is pushing this lane up in top, and meanwhile, Olaf, who's getting those golems?
Dude, he's such a good farmer. Do you see how he throws these axes? Cool.
Let's see. Wait, is he just going to die to Rumble? I think he actually loses 1v1.
Man. Oh,
are you
Like
kidding?
this? Come on, buddy. That's how you do it. Rascal.
What?
It's okay. It's okay, LS. Just let it happen. This is utter stompage right now. That was insane. It all starts from here. We didn't even get to see this. We didn't even get to see this replay.
So BDD, I mean, ends up getting in onto Chovy. Chovy doesn't have Shroud. And then this. I mean, look at this donation coming in from Doran. The teleport as they go on to Deft immediately. Taunt coming out. BDD getting healed up by Yuumi. And then right here, I mean, Doran and Keria, they were fine. They made it out. And then Chovy was coming down. And Chovy should have stayed in mid.
Yeah.
This is such high variance for him to rotate all the way down. He could have stayed in mid. He could have gotten a turret play, gotten the XP, gotten the minion wave, came down into bottom, and then they just got shreked.
That's really the only way to describe it.
야 볼배까지 잡자. 자 판테온 텔. 괜찮아 이겨.
Pantheon's on the way.
판테온 반. 여기.
안 좋아,
Here,
형. 나
here.
힐 있어.
볼배.
아니 뭐야?
Talking about Volibear.
나 이거 보자. 2-3초. 나 집간 나걔 있을 거야. 있을 거야.
I'm going.
아칼리 미드 안 보여.
going
아칼리
home.
미드 안 보여. 뛰어올 거야. 아니야.
I don't see a Kali mid.
And this right here, this feels like tilt, to be honest. I mean, this is just not a decision you should make.
This is like one of those things in solo queue where the teammates all ping the jungler and then he gets mad and runs it down.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, okay, fine. I'll go in and fight if you really want me to. that's not like a normal play that you'd see here. As, well, Clid is gonna be spotted. Now we have a 3-on-3.
Interesting thing is that Def and Chovy are both still winning in CS. And Olaf is actually, even though he donated a kill over to Rascal in top lane, Olaf is still ahead a bit in CS as well. So if DRX can get some kills on the board, they're not totally out of the game, but it does look like Gen.G is purifying these sinners right now.
They really are.
DRX is
That's what it comes
being
down
forced to bathe in holy water this game.
We might actually have another Ocean Soul, so you could be true, you could be right. Pyosik is still here, and they have the Galio, so he can make a rotation down. Chovy doesn't have TP, and you can see just how safely they're playing. They say, we're not going to take any chances. I mean, this is Ezreal. Okay, they're going to move up again, though. This, maybe the patience finally all paid off. As Chilling Smite comes in first. And the patience did not pay off, guys. No, that's, yeah.
I have no clue. They're clearly tilted.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is like...
that they are making right now.
This is not normal.
Well, they're maintaining the 2K deficit, and Mountain Dragon being picked up by Gen.G is actually super valuable against the Pantheon in lane, as well as the Kalista. Really helps, even if it's just very slight. Armor tends to be the most amplified stat that Dragon does give.
Yeah.
Having it early versus an all-in team composition that needs to get ahead early is super valuable.
When you're already more than 2,000 gold ahead at 4 minutes, let alone 8.5 minutes. And they're probably going to pick up Infernal. Maybe they're going to roll an Ocean and feel pretty good about that. On top of that, the only person who does not have more gold than the enemy team is Life. But that is, of course, to be expected. It is total disaster in pretty much every lane. The top lane is another one. You'll notice the difference between Rascal and Doran is about 600 already. They both did TP down into the bottom side, but Rascal getting a lot more
I don't
value out of that.
Anyone on DRX is saying anything right now. I'm watching all their cameras. Oh no, Carrier does look like he's speaking.
No, that didn't look like words. Looked like he was moving his lips awkwardly, kind of like.
You can
well,
see that players on the side of Gen.G are speaking with each other. DRX, though, they do seem quite silent. And obviously, I'm talking about that because we're trying to understand, maybe, are they still optimistic inside of this game? Or has their mental state really collapsed? Because DRX, I would argue that they do seem to be the most tilty team in LCK, even more so than Sandbox at certain points.
And, I mean, it's no, you know, we talk about this all the time. They're the youngest team in the LCK at the current moment. We do have a bit of a trade up here at the top side as Galio is going to come in and try to save Clid. Flashing over the wall is Pyosik, says, well, I got to get out of this one. Will Toby consider it? The answer is no. And so Galio showing his value. And yeah, I mean, this can happen. You know, these players are not all super experienced on stage. Of course, Deft is, but he's surrounded by a lot of very young players. As Rascal now, a bit of an awkward spot, is going to throw down the red carpet as everybody's making their way over the wall. Hello! But now you got to run away from Chovy. Seems like that's pretty easy to do. Chovy is just going to run away from him. As, well, he ulted out of that one. We got a fight down at the bottom side, 2-on-2. Deft and Carrier, they are angry. And they wanted blood. They were able to get some down there. Deft nearly dies, but they take out Rua.
They do manage to get that kill. They should be able to convert this even into a turret. Never mind, they're not actually going to stick around. That cat is a very scary cat. That's like that cat. What movie is it? Or is it a show where the cat turns into like a giant beast and then it goes back to a small... The Collective is going to back me up on this one. They're going to know.
Yeah, of course.
You pay attention for their answer.
Well, we see how this happens here. As red carpet comes down, they're like, oh, we can kill Rascal, and then they get the bad news. Hello, it's Daddy.
Well,
Daddy Gallion, Daddy Jarvan the fourth. At least Doran was able to survive. We take another look at what happened down here in the bottom lane. Keria coming in from an awkward angle. Yumi gets onto Ruler pretty late. Throws that one out very fast. Flashes and movements there as they burst down the Ezreal under turret. Putting on a mechanical show for us is Deft and Keria. No secret that these two are pretty insane when it comes to their mechanical ability.
yeah. And the 2K gold gap is sticking right now. Infernal Dragon is up. Clid has come down here with the Rift Herald. I do think that they probably want to utilize it bot lane to accelerate this Yumi and Ezreal. But they are posturing for a little bit as the CS advantages for the laners on DRX, especially after the tragedies that ended up unfolding, is quite nice as Chovy now going to bleed a bit of turret plates.
Yeah. It's like everybody's just gathering up. It's like free ice cream. Just go in there, everybody gets a scoop. Except they all have to share based on how much ice cream there is. It's not that much. And now we got a little bit of a rotation in here. I think this went mostly unseen.
I think Deft is sniffing it out. We're going to have to see if he buys Ruler's line. And it does seem like he's buying it. I think Ruler's actually doing a pretty good job.
Well, Deft, you don't have heal. You don't have flash. You don't have your support until now. Well, he was able to dash out of that one, but...
Yeah, Keria not there in time to really do anything. And even if he was, I think he would end up just being sent to his demise.
Yeah. You can see Keria kind of scratching his face. It's like, well, it's kind of bad feels. The one thing I asked for was not another game 2. What are we getting?
We're getting a game 2.
We're getting another game 2.
Except DRX has 1 kill.
Yeah, and it's not as insane of a gold lead at this level, at this time, as it was in game 2. Oh, they rolled the Ocean on top of this as well.
The best.
As if they...
that's the best dragon that they could possibly hope to roll.
As if they needed any more RNG. Ocean coming on in. Not like they're winning out of pure RNG, don't get me wrong. Just...
You know, Valdez, you said that you didn't want another game 2?
Yeah.
Well, this is a game 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
that's quite a galaxy
you're
of knowledge
you're
right there.
Smart.
Thank you.
Smart.
You know, I don't try to toot my own horn, but
So, yeah, I got something.
yeah.
And, well, Genji's taking it pretty slow. You know, they're taking down the objectives. They get Shelly. They get double Drake. They use Shelly on time to pick up as many plates as possible. Ruler doesn't go Trinity Force, even though he had a nice start to the game. He's down on CS, by the way. After dying down on the bottom side, he's down about 25.
I actually don't mind that he's not going Trinity Force, primarily because Akali is hybrid damage, and then aside from that, everyone on the side of DragonX deals physical. And so I think that it's really nice to go Iceborne in a spot like this, especially because DragonX are so reliant on mobility. The slows from the Spellblade proc can be very valuable.
Okay.
Grand
well,
Skyfall.
Rascal doesn't have a stopwatch, and, well, he actually dies because of it. And now, coming over the top here, they are going to punish Doran for thinking that he could hurt one of their own. So trade a 1-for-1, as that was when the Pantheon attack did a nice job there.
And they end up getting that kill, though. So still, the gold lead is locked at 2,000, but things are going to get worse and worse for DragonX the longer that this game ends up going on. Ocean Drake in 2.5 minutes. Keria and have the recall interrupted. And now we do have to see what is going to end up going on next, as Ruler just going to be here idle, I think, in mid lane. Not really doing all that much. I like the Bramble Vest pickup by Clid. Definitely going to be valuable against all the champions on the side of DRX. That's much better than investing 3,000 gold into Umbrellonomicon.
You think Jovi's got a chance? Carry this one?
You know, I am impressed that the mid and ADC are able to be as far ahead in CS as they are after. I mean, I said this already, but they're continuing to keep those leads, even as the mid game is transitioning.
Yeah, it's definitely impressive, just the way this game has gone. It's part of the reason why the gold gap hasn't just totally gotten out of control. You see Ruler starting up surely here. Nobody's mid to defend, so they are going to rotate back. And yeah, maybe just a little bit of ping pong. A little, you know, ping pong. It's a good sport.
Personally, I'm a fan of badminton.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think Akali's Shroud is? Do you think that she actually uses some sort of like a mixture of something in order to make it, or do you think that it's a lot of flatulence?
What?
What?
That was the last thing I expected you to say.
Because she does gain a burst of movement speed.
There were a lot of things in my mind I was expecting you to say, like, oh, is it magic? Is it, does she have a special power? Is it some kind of item she uses? And then you're like, no, it's Sparks. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. In order to make a perfect circle like that, I don't think anyone's that skilled at, what you were talking about.
I mean, maybe that's a part of her training.
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. That's not really what I was going for with that one. Actually, not at all. Is what I was thinking. I'd say it's probably a mixture of ninja magic and some kind of item that she collects.
Okay.
She's like a herbalist.
You know what? Maybe there actually is like an answer in the lore, and just neither of us know it.
Well, you're the lore specialist, so you're supposed to know.
I have a lot of lore to catch up on. I really hope that books start coming out. I'd really like to read it.
Movies.
And, well, yeah, there's the Netflix thing, right?
Yes. Well, we do have a fight here. They're going to attempt to kill Rascal, but Galio insists they are still able to burst him down, and now Doran in the front line doing a good job protecting the flip over. Big Cataclysm, but there's no damage on the side of Gen.G here. Ruler's going to be zoned out. And a flash away here. You can see Ruler not really able to land any of his abilities, but in comes BDD. Not quite the damage.
Yeah, Kyria able to make him turn around. So, Ocean Dragon's live. Yuumi is going to heal up the Ezreal. Also has that Magi Soul Stealer, so kills and assists extremely valuable. Chovy does get tagged by Ruler one time. Doran has teleport available. Don't think that they're going to try to do anything here, though. And that was really a very dicey team fight.
Yeah, small steps, We were wondering if it would just be like Game 2, and in the beginning it sure looked that way. With all the tilts and the shenanigans, but two people, Chovy and Depth, they kept their heads on. They kept playing well. They CS'd better than their opponents.
Yeah, I mean,
even Doran kept up when he was behind earlier on in the game.
And this is also after Rascal was gifted a kill by Kyoshing up in top lane, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember.
You do?
I did not forget that.
Well, let's take a look at this team fight. The most random Herald spawn of all time. Definitely takes an award. Rascal caught up, goes golden. Heroic entrance ends up coming out, and Doran locking up Clid. Kyria actually goes for Ruler. And so Clid cataclysms in before managing to retreat by throwing his flag out towards the turret. Ruler ends up missing that one Mystic shot. That would have actually changed the pace of a lot of things. Kyria also managed to interrupt BDD right at the end there, but Gen.G have brought this game to Soul Point. However, DragonX have diminished the gold advantage to almost just only 1,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I mean,
they're going to get one more chance, one more opportunity to not let it play.
to what? To not let
take it
sweat?
over.
Oh. Well, we might have a fight here, so I'll have to hold on to that as Carrier's going in, and honestly, Gen.G are struggling to fight up against DragonX. DragonX are taking the initiative in a lot of these fights. They're finding members and catching them out and nearly killing them here. They did that the last time around, Zoey. Oh boy. Not gonna bite the bait just yet. But here comes Carrier once again from the right side. Has those Moby boots, but the wave clear is pretty nice. He's just blasting the wall. He's just going for it with the Fates Goal. It's triple knockup, and it looks like DragonX are coming back in this game. The Triumph keeps Piochik alive for a long time. And finally, they take out the Galio, but you can see the gold is already evening up. The double kill, though, now is Rascal finally able to join on up. He just decides to back away.
Yeah, he backed away, but I think Yuumi.
Yeah, but Yuumi, he could have caught up and killed him all.
Yeah, Yuumi definitely could have kept going in. And the thing about this is that even though it ends up being a 3-for-2, you got to remember Yuumi is getting quest items, basically. The Magi's adding up, getting more AP. And so that's not just a 3-for-2, especially because it's a very heavy investment by DragonX, but you can see they're not giving up in the game. They're still trying to make plays here. Kyria, Hex flashing in, gets on to Ruler. Chovy with the assassination. Piochik barely manages to get out there on the right-hand side. Rascal flashes in. And then Doran barely able to get away right there. And just watch Yuumi. I really feel like if they kept chasing, those are some easy kill pickups. So
at least one.
You know, they could split
up, but maybe you could get the Pantheon.
Minute and a half until Ocean Soul. This is really scary. The items have not changed for Gen.G. And it almost kind of looks like they've lost control. When you're losing with this many advantages, it probably starts feeling very bad.
You can take the look at the slow ascension out of the Mariana Trench there. As this game is becoming even by the minute. Not something we expected, but they were able to hold on to what they had. Now it will come down to this Ocean Drake. If Gen.G can get this and keep it even, plus Ocean Soul, they're still going to be in a really good spot. Don't get us wrong. And Rascal also seems to be quite powerful for where he's at right now. Couple of items on him as here comes Carrier. See ya.
What a cancel.
Yeah, really nice, but unfortunately Carrier's not tanky enough. Do they have the damage though? They go for the combo.
Oh,
but
what a combo.
You're able to pull out the support with that. They send Carrier back
to his demise. Oh, he lived.
No, they're going to spot him.
Yeah, now they're going to hunt him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Poor bear.
Yeah, poor bear.
And that was a fight right before Ocean. So they tried to make it work,
yeah,
but they went a little bit too deep on a Jarvan. That is quite tanky right now. Take a look at all the armor he has already.
And Rascal.
Okay, Chovy. All right.
Getting traded on this. This is completely needless. They need to just do the Ocean Soul.
So they don't have a jungler, but they can still zone away Chovy. It's not a problem.
And I really just feel like that's all she wrote. The Ocean Soul coming in this early is... That is an angry cat. As Clid, you can just see standing inside of the brush. They know Carrier goes in. Really good cancel by Carrier, but Ruler...
Then you got it back.
And Life are just in such close proximity. Teleport coming in from Rumble. Equalizer gets cast. Galio landing right in the heart of it. And just a really nice collapse in response overall.
Oh, they threw in Carrier to block the Justice Punch.
Yeah.
That's why. It looked weird in real time because I was like, why did he go back in there? But it was actually to save the life of the squishies in the lineup. So, makes sense. Loyal sacrifice. So Ocean Soul is going to be insanely valuable. I mean, this is going to add so much gold in terms of value that if you look at the top and you say, yeah, well, DragonX is pretty close. Well, you gotta factor in all of those pretty colors there on the right side by the one team, who is certainly still in the lead here. Galio's doing really well. Oblivion Orb picked up for the Rumble, by the way, after Leandres has the Zhonya's. He's going to be chunking people on that side. The only thing is that, I wonder if the Oblivion Orb was the right choice. It depends on how much more magic resist comes out.
Nope.
But
Void is
still better.
Yeah, Void's just going to be a lot better in a spot like this, as he wouldn't have it for this fight, but eventually would be able to. So if you assume that you're looking to get Baron and then recall
Zoey
one,
is just trying to 1v9 right now is what's happening. They're going so deep, but the red carpet comes down. Peria going to be saved, and Pantheon zoning out pretty well, but look at Ruler on the backside.
He just won't die. Yuumi and Ocean Soul is too much.
They have too much room, too much zone control now. Chovy just trying to get it over with. Thought he saw an opening on Ruler, who was towards the middle, but just did not matter. Taunt comes down on a Deft.
Oh!
Who,
he's trying.
Yeah. Nice try. Gotta hand it to him. Not giving up just yet, but the push will come in. It's only a Kali now. We'll see just how far they go with this one. The death timer's not super long.
The thing is that they're all full HP, so they can just keep pushing on, but
especially with Ocean Soul, I think they could have pushed for it.
Yeah, they have Zhonya's Hourglass active as well.
Yeah.
So Ocean Soul plus Yuumi healing, you can absolutely get the Nexus turrets, but they're playing it super careful, so not to throw anything away. Chovy takes the Shuriken and activates the target select onto Ruler. And then they try to just dive onto him, but with Yuumi and Ocean Soul, it's too much healing. There's no way to burn through it. And Olaf, not really long for this world. Deft trying to do whatever he can. Doesn't end up mattering.
Yeah, not going to matter all too much when it does come down to it there. As see, Deft at the end, he's just hopping around, giving it his all. Gotta admire that. He doesn't just take it from there. And now Gen.G, the Baron is on the map, and they have the Ocean Soul. We do know that Genji is more of a methodical pushing team. They're not one to just try to end it right away. They like to take it a bit safer. So they're not going to go for it just yet. Seems like they want to fix some of their lanes first. They're pushing in top.
And maybe they're just waiting for DragonX to try to dive onto them again. One of the most impressive things here, by the way, is that DRX is ahead in XP. That is very bizarre, all things considered. One level in AD carry, one level in mid. Yes, they're down 2 in support. Well, I guess also DRX actually down 2 in top lane, so
Yeah.
just sort of spread out, but still surprising nonetheless.
Yeah, they're on a similar level at this time. And they're kind of just grouping up mid. They're allowing Rumble to split push. They're not freezing mid or anything like that. They're very aggressively stance.
Yeah. And they're trying to embrace the K-Ram.
They are just going for it, man. They don't give a damn. They want to kill Ruler, and they will take it for all it's worth. Deft is going to go down here, though.
Oh, man.
And, yeah, Rumble didn't even have to teleport into this fight. Doshik, surprisingly tanky. Not sure if he is going to survive. But the flash will come out here.
Yeah, Koshik, I mean, he can try to run as he may, but this cat has the thing for him.
That's a very scary cat.
Look at her, look at her, look at her. Look at her.
She's got her glasses on.
Yeah.
Full speed ahead.
All right.
Well, and then Jarvan came in and just dunked them.
She told Rumble to do a barrel. Yeah.
And there you have it, 21-8. 29 kills so far.
Oh, they not?
And they're going to Baron. So Deft and Carry are spawning in about 5 seconds. So they're like, nope, we must take the safe play. We must go and take down the Baron. Because I guess if they, for some reason, lose, then Elder goes to DragonX, Baron
Yeah,
goes to DragonX, and
there's
then
a
it's
chance
like,
that they can lose,
then you
yeah.
are absolutely, you know, I want to say a word, but I'm not going to. And that, I think that's a smart decision. Given the
I think I think
situation.
DragonX is gonna try to Callista Rend the Elder.
Get out of this replay, like we gotta see
Yeah,
that.
we take the replay, and honestly, DRX, they are just gunning for Ruler. Every single fight, they all in him. And I think that what they're gonna try to do here is Callista Rend the Elder Dragon.
Well, they will attempt.
That's gonna be denied. Deft has lost all of his HP.
Well, he should have lifesteal. He's got to put more spears in there. They find Chovy, though. Oh, man. He's burning down. Anyone up for some barbecue ninja? He's, yeah, well, he's dead. Ruler going to take him out. And it's a nice last-ditch effort here, but Galio also exists. Ocean Soul is pretty fun. Klid, not even going to die. He gets Yuumi on his back. He's got Ocean Soul. And it looks like he gained health while he was being attacked. As there you go. Ace will come in, TP will come in, and Gen.G are going to pull off the reverse sweep here in two extremely one-sided games. Now, DragonX almost came back in this one, but Gen.G did clap back really hard here in the later stages, and were able to take this one down. Some congratulations to them. They take out a strong opponent in the name of DragonX, and Gen.G will be our first team to move up to 5 wins.
And so, off the back of those super early game leads, they never ended up giving enough back to DragonX. And even though DragonX, they fought valiantly to try to claw their way back into the game, it was just too oppressive. And then the Ocean Soul, that really sealed their fate.
Yeah, it did. Props to DragonX for attempting to fight back. A lot of teams would have just rolled over and died.
Yeah.
After the early game, they would have just been like, we're done. Like, especially after the amount of tilt that we saw early on in that game. But they were able to settle themselves and actually give it a chance when it looked extremely hopeless. And gave us a chance to believe for just a moment, if only just a small moment. As everybody on the side of Gen.G look incredibly wholesome, you know, hugs all around, everybody's smiling, big smiles. They look really relaxed, which is something I like out of pro gaming teams. And when you're on a winning streak like this, there's, you know, not much to stress about. So it's good that they are actually relaxed and happy after their wins. Gen.G quickly turning into the #1 team here at
really
the
are.
LCK. And that's something we got to talk about as we're getting towards the middle now. We're halfway through week 3, so it's like a fourth done, basically.
60% for week 3.
Oh, through week 3.
Yeah.
I was saying for the whole split, regular season.
Yeah.
Because that was, you know, eventually we have to come to a point where we're like, well, who's the best? Who's the worst? And it takes like
Round
6,
2
7...
is going to start soon?
Well,
Wait.
it'll start
there.
halfway through week 5. So, yeah, I mean, it's on the way.
Take a look at the replay here. This is the final fight. Chovy looking for some sort of a flank. He's really not able to get it. And he ended up going down. Deft tried to come over to save him. And then Deft ended up getting locked up himself. And it was honestly, it turned into a rescue mission. This was not Saving Private Ryan with Tom Hanks.
God. The bear.
So very interesting to see the Volley Bear come out again. As an attempted answer to the Yuumi.
Yeah.
And you know, we did get to see a lot more action this game, and we did get to see DRX try to face roll back.
Yeah, it was like 35 kills in that game.
That was very strange.
That was like just about a kill a minute, if not
Do you
more.
remember game 1?
Game 1 was... No, I already blanked that out of my memory. Yeah. And, yeah, I mean, we're not saying that Gen.G is the best team right now. I think it's getting close. It's definitely between them and T1. As DragonX right now, the last couple of matches, they're just not as dominant as they were. They're not as smooth,
I mean,
you know?
their laners are still doing such a phenomenal job individually.
Yeah.
In mid and bot lane. Like, even in this game, after this absolute catastrophe
Oh, yeah.
that was the opening, they still managed to come back and, well, not come back, but they still managed to win with a lot of CS advantage. And remember, Toby even died at level 2.
That he did. And this is the disaster you were talking about.
Yeah.
This was 5 kills, and then Yoshi went and ended up in the top lane. And then DRX really just threw caution to the wind. And they're like, well, we have this comp that loves to dive. Let's just do it. It's the only way we're going to win. If we sit back, we're just going to lose. So might as well give it a shot. It allowed, though, Rascal to scale up, get a bunch of kills. Galio eventually got up to 8 kills in this game.
And honestly,
See Ruler's health go from like full to half to full within the span of a second.
I mean, Gen.G, they also took this game super slow.
Yeah.
In order
for sure.
to just secure the win. Didn't really rush anything all too much. I think BDD, again, another phenomenal performance this game. He's looked so good on the Galio here.
Yeah.
In
BDD
2020.
is definitely getting back into his old form. He looked a little bit dejected and out of place when he was on KT, but now, on a new team, a new environment, he's got some really great teammates next to him, and he just looks comfortable.
Yeah.
That's really scary if you're going up against Gen.G. If you're a Gen.G fan, this is just unbelievable. You get a jungler that can do that. Rascal really solid. BDD is dunking people in lane.
자, 여기 아칼리 봐줘. 아, 럼블 대만 들어봐. 오래 대치되면 여기 패턴 생각해. 오케이. 나 텔 없다. 아, 여기 아칼리 공 뺄게. 아칼리 때려. 형님, 아래 박아도 된다. 나 공 받을게.
Get a collie, get a collie.
오케이, 아칼리 박아도 돼. 올라.
Yeah,
오케이.
go slow,
아래
go slow.
맞춰. 네, 얘부터 아래 궁탄 없게. 맞아. 3초. 여기. 안 죽긴 하거든. 가져, 나이스! 야, 이겼다! 하나만 돼! 밑에! 얘 봐줘. 잡자! 나이스! 럼블 탔어!
안 내려갈 때 맞다 이거.
오케이, 나이스.
내려가자.
가자, 몸 져줄게.
정말
잘려서.
아니,
나 내려가줘.
나이스!
버려. 이미 버려. 가자. 아니, 안 끝났어. 뒤에 알아서 왔어. 빨리 끝내. 빨리 끝내자. 빨리 끝내. 이태원 클래스 봐야 돼. 빨리 끝내.
아, 그걸 왜 봐? 게임이나 해.
오늘
Hey,
세배.
Itaewon class, that's the new Netflix
나이스!
drama.
나이스.
Itaewon class?
That's what it's called, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I have no idea what it's about,
Itaewon class?
but I think I heard them say
Yeah,
that.
you
And I
did.
saw it on Netflix.
I heard it. I'm like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
Itaewon, very popular, kind of a foreigner district in Seoul.
It is the
The-
it's the
Foreigners.
foreigner capital.
Yeah.
As yeah,
Yeah.
it's also right near the Yongsan base. It's another capital too, but
Yes, true. But yeah, so there you have it. Obviously, really happy with the win.
yeah,
Joking around. It's good to see some really wholesome stuff from the side of Gen.G as we have our Pog ready. It will be the man in the mid lane, the BDD. 8, 1, and 12.
yeah.
The guy just, this taunt from the beginning. He came back from like 100 health. He's like, no, I'm still here. They couldn't see him.
Found a lot of very clutch taunts in this game, as well as some pretty good justice punches that ended up just really turning a lot of things around and making sure that Gen.G remained stable.
Absolutely.
Well,
We're getting a read into what the Pog
Yeah.
votes for. 7 out of 12 for BDD. 4 for the jungle for Clid. That was another guy that I actually really thought about. He got the early game going.
yeah,
You remember he ganked mid, ganked bot.
yeah.
Got like kind of the snowball rolling. And then he had multiple really nice mechanical plays, but I just felt like BDD did
I
more.
don't know who would vote for Rascal.
Yeah, there was one top. I mean, he
Probably
won lane,
the guy probably plays top lane.
He's
Probably a
Rumble
Rumble
fanatic.
one trick. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. As
Makes sense.
a guy
Probably
from the
just got
media.
out of Sonic,
Yeah.
and he's like, that looks like Dr. Eggman,
Yeah. Dr. Robotnik.
Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah. Well, you got to be a fan of something. And,
Yeah.
I mean, Rascal didn't have a bad game, but certainly it felt like the BDD and Clid show in that one from the get-go. As we're just about ready to get into this interview here. It's going to be a one-on-one between BDD and Mina with G-Sun translate.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Season with the translation, and we'll be hearing from the solo POG from Genji. It's BDD. Congratulations on the win. I mean, every match really matters, but this one was extra important, so we were a bit nervous, but I'm happy that we got this win. I mean, the match history before today was 12-0. Were you kind of worried about this? Does the pro players really pay attention to this? Well, I was aware of this stat even before, so but I did my best to be paying too much attention. But I still was a bit caught up with the results. But well, I'm trying my best to just focus on my performance. So you took Zoey in game number 2 after Chobi played it game number 1. I mean, DRX and Genji, we both kind of prepared Zoey for today's match. And we thought that Zoey is really hard to play against, so we took it away from them. Zoey is 6-0 in current split. Well, there are a lot of passive champions on mid lane, but Zoey is really flashy and it's an AP damage champion, so that's why a lot of people prefers her. So we have a very stylish solo kill coming out of BDD. Well, I didn't really set it up. I mean, to be honest, Deft was trying to get the wave. I mean, he always have huge wave allocations, so I was aware of their team play, their style. So I always knew that because he's really aggressive in terms of also taking the wave. So I knew he would be pushing top lane really hard. And like, we had a pick and ban speed run over here. I mean, if we think too much, you get to read them, you know? So we didn't want to let them do that. And also, we already prepared for it a lot beforehand, so we could have just a speed run on stage. So game number 3, your synergy with Clade was on point, so let's go through the 10-minute mark Herald fight. So, who made a call to jump over the wall with the blast cone? So we got engaged on. So me and Clade, we just like had a good communication to go in together. Were you guys confident about this fight? Yeah, that's why we jumped over the wall. So you guys saved Rascal and picked up kill. And Chobi locked in Akali, which was really nerfed hard in this patch. So do you think it's still viable? Before the nerf, the champion itself was so strong. So even after this nerf, some players still lock it in. So I wasn't really surprised to see her. So I know how to go against this champion. Before going into today's match, actually your GM made a pledge that he's gonna shave his head if Genji loses this. Well, I didn't know that either, but I mean, I just saw it on the internet. And he also said, like, I'm gonna shave my head, and also the Genji players will shave their heads. So we were like, why us? But I mean, we did our best anyway on stage. I could feel how much he trusts us. I guess you guys all felt so much responsibility going into today's match. And you'll be going up against Africa. They also have a huge momentum. Every match is really precious for us, so we will do our best to show great performance. Thank you. So this will be the end of the interview. And tonight, from BDD interview, so I'm going to pass it back to our casters. Thank you.
Thank you, Ji-sun, as always, for the great translation. As, yeah, there you do have it. Good to hear from BDD. Picks up 2 more MVP, or POG, performances of the night. He's the Pog, he's the big Pog, yeah, of the night. And you can see that Gen.G is actually the big Pog of the night currently. Up at 5-1. And it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Can DRX kind of get their stuff together here and get back to their former level.
Really does look like that on any given day, any of these top 4 teams can sort of beat each other.
Yeah.
And then once you go into Damwon and Hanwha Life, that's where things start to, that's the maelstrom, where things start happening. And then down there is, the bottom teams are all really shaky, but APK, remember, they've almost gotten a few wins, and Sandbox struggling to really find their footing. As the next matchup's tomorrow.
Speaking of which, we got Hanwha Life up against Griffin, and then we have APK up against T1. So T1 is one of these teams we're touting as one of the best, if not the best. And then you have APK, who's the kind of this wild card who
they really are.
Really out of sorts in the LCK. Like they just didn't belong in the beginning, but now they're coming up and showing some good performances. But that's going to do it from us today, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
And I am ready to take it on. You told me to be myself and never feel alone. You're all that I want, you're all that I need. If I was ever in the dark, I'd see. You've always believed and have faith in me. You'll always be my hero. And I'd be for everything you've done. You'll always be my hero. Anything you like, so I can't run. I feel so strong, I feel so freedom to be who I can be. You'll always be my hero. Give me everything I need. Everything I need. You have faith in me. You're all that I want, you're all that I need. If I was ever